Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Sonique. This is the second part of my unboxing from Oneness Emporium. So I've just recorded, well, earlier today I recorded the Wee Moon Tarot, which is just fantastic. Absolutely amazing deck. I'm so happy I have this deck. I've wanted it for so long. But also in the package was the Mystic Palette, the sepia tone version. Now, this has taken quite some time to come because I already have this full colour version, although I've not actually opened it because I wanted to wait until I'd got this so I could do a comparison side by side. So let's use the seam unpicker that Cheryl kindly included. I mean, I normally use this one, don't I? But yeah, I've got a new one. Thank you, Cheryl. So let's just unwrap this Ciro Marchetti offering and take a look. And I'll also take the cellophane off this one as well. Gosh, that's a heavy deck. Okay. So the main difference that I'm aware of with these two decks, apart from obviously the colour palette, is the fact that this one doesn't have this guidebook. So the colour version of the Mystic Palette is a kit, whereas this one is just the deck, but we'll see what's in there. Perhaps there's a little guidebook, I'm not sure. I didn't do any research really on this. That's safely back in there. So these are the backs of the colour version, and the reason I bought this deck was actually this image here. It just took my fancy so much. I thought that is just one amazing fool. I mean, the fact that it's got the Tarot de Marseille here in the Fool's hand, and they've got the Fool tattooed on the forehead there, and that cheeky look, and then of course a Westie, and then we've got this Fool here walking away, setting off on the journey. So let's see, what's it say? This deck only edition of renowned tarot artist Ciro Marchetti's Transcendent Mystic Palette Tarot bathes intricately detailed designs in a warm amber glow. Shades of sepia and rose recall a golden era of fortune-telling, with all of its old-world charm, while Ciro's whimsical and surreal scenes speak of brighter futures. Grounded in Rider-Waite-Smith tradition, this deck will serve as a launch pad for your intuition and creative visualization. So I reckon that means there's no guidebook in here at all, which there isn't. So we've got an extra card here, it would seem. Oh, so this one's very glossy. This one's sort of matte. 9, so that's the 9 of Wands, isn't it? Because it's Sagittarian. I know these things, being a Sagittarian. Yeah. Look at the difference. Oh. Okay, so I need to take the plastic off this one as well. I wonder why there's an extra 9 of Wands. That's rather puzzling and rather wonderful as well, because it is one of my astrological cards with my Sagittarius sun sign. I can see already I'm going to have a difficult time choosing between these two versions of the deck, because they're both absolutely beautiful. Oh, this cardstock's gorgeous. Oh, that's damaged, actually. Oh, what a shame, that is damaged. Anyway, if I'm imagining this, but it looks to be that this one's thicker. Yeah, by what? 8 cards. It's 8 cards thicker. So there's that difference. And yeah, it's not, I mean, it's not totally sepia. We do still have some colour here. You can see the difference if I put it by the light. See, reflects the light, doesn't reflect the light. So you can see the difference in the cardstock there. Obviously this one's more vibrant. I don't know which I prefer actually. I like them both. Magician. I think you can see more detail in the colour version. I mean, that blue is brilliant, beautiful, beautiful blue, which obviously you don't get in the sepia version. High Priestess, Empress. I like they have the astrology on the cards, that's really cool. Look at that for an emperor. Elephant. Lovers. Chariot. This beautiful green here in this strength card. Notice they haven't put the card titles on. The Hermit. So you'd need to know your tarot structure or reference the book, which obviously you cannot do in the sepia version because there isn't one. Which I think is an awful shame actually, because it almost forces you to have to buy both decks if you want to know the background and the reasons behind the choices of the cards, or even the meanings. That's interesting. These hands here, they're like mannequin hands. The Wheel, Justice. I like both, I really do. I don't regret having both. I just think, you know, you should have had the choice of which one, with both having guidebooks. Then there isn't a kit version of the sepia toned anyway, so you don't even have that option. Oh, I like that. I like that for the Devil card. Even holding the Devil card from the Marseille Tarot. I love that touch actually, that's really good in my opinion. Temperance. A Devil. Take a bite of the apple. Sort of referencing Adam and Eve. So instead of actually having the Lovers within the Devil card, I think that's the reference to the Lovers, isn't it? Because you've got the snake and the apple. So yeah, that's a reference to Garden of Eden, isn't it? The Tower. Oh, what a brilliant tower. And you can tell it's the Fool that's falling. Oh, that's cool. The Star. You can definitely see more detail in the colour version. The Moon. So we've got the dog and the wolf, but we're holding on to the pillars in the moon there. And, oh, I can't separate these very well. Hold on. There we go. That's gorgeous. Beautiful sun card. Very unusual for a sun card as well, not to actually see the sun. as in the sky. Actually, I've just noticed CM. So Ciro Marchetti's actually put his initials on this card. And we've also got the Hebrew letters on the cards as well, if you notice here on this one. The church, a graveyard scene for a judgment card. Do you know, that's different. Well, you know, that's different, isn't it? That's a different card because this person here is higher up than they are on here. So there's a slight difference actually. And I didn't notice if there's a difference in any of the other cards. Maybe there is and I just didn't clock it. Okay, so the world card, and we've got the full walking away. So we had the full walking away there. Is there, isn't it? These trees. And we've got Ciro Marchetti's initials in this one as well. The dog looking back. I like that. The dog going, who are you? Are you following? Are you coming? Anyway, Ace of Wands, one presumes? Yeah, it's going to be the Ace of Wands. We have a fire symbol. Yeah, these beautiful blue eyes here. 2. No figure in the 2, but the figure is in the 3. Interesting. This spaceship. Full. Gorgeous aesthetic. And who's that? And there, look. So our Fool is actually appearing in other cards. 5. There's a really interesting take on the 5. Strength in numbers. 6. Victory card. I like the perspective here on this 7. It's like he's climbed these steps, made it all the way up there. Defending that position he's actually gained. Okay, so instead of having 8 wands flying through the air, they're going up and we're shooting off that way. The 9, the extra card that I had. 10. That's interesting. So we've got 5 swords on the back, but with the mirror image there are the other 5. Looks like ballet shoes. Okay, set court cards of our page. The dragon has hatched. The knight. Queen. All this fire energy. And the king. So lots of red energy in that suit. And then with cups, looks like they're going to be a lot of blue energy. for the cups. So we start with the ace. It's got a certain charm about it, hasn't it, this colour palette here. I've actually written, that's interesting, it says ace on there, but A on there. It's another design decision made there. Reminds me another of Ciro's decks. The bridge, it's like a bridge has been formed between them. The 3, we have mermaids. So our 4, this person is actually looking at us, holding a moon, a crescent moon. We've got swan and a reflection of the swan. And books. Interesting. The 5. You can probably tell I'm having trouble actually separating the sepia version, whereas it's easy to separate the glossy version. Broken glass, oh dear. Rose petals falling. Oh, oh, lovely. I prefer that one. Oh, the teddy bear. That's a lovely, lovely 7, a choice card. Interesting, we have a clock as one of the choices. Time. Do we choose time? The 8. Nine. So now we actually have a tavern rather than the tavern keeper. The Hollybush horseshoe. And 10. I like that. That's really nice. That's lovely. Okay. Cool cards. The page. Nice. Queen. And king. Swords. Whoa, look at this eagle. So we've got A on both of these. I wonder if that's an oversight. I wonder. So we had an A on the wands, but then we had ace on the cups. So I'm wondering if that was just like an oversight. Anyway, we've got Ciro Marchetti's initials again. This bird here. 2. So rich. That looks completely different, doesn't it, when it's done in 2 different styles. These hearts broken. Looks like there's a tear. And again, we've got CM at the background here. Perhaps. No. I was just wondering if the cards with Ciro's initials on were depicting himself. But I don't think so, actually. Okay. 4 of swords. We're levitating. 5. Feels very Venetian. And 6. How are we going to get through those swords? Interesting. 7. Bird in a gilded cage, huh? The 8. It's a red cardinal, isn't it? Not that I know much about red cardinals or birds in general. Only, you know, the ones that I'm familiar with at home. So the 9. So we're not in a bedroom scene here. We're awake. Not sitting up in bed. But we're above the clouds. Or actually, we're within the clouds, aren't we? So yeah, that cloudy thinking. And 10. Oh, look at this. We've got the jester's hat. How interesting is that? Okay, page. The knight. A tattooed face. Queen. Looks very friendly. And the king. Again, we've got this eagle motif. And here. Okay, pentacles. So I presume we're going very green for the pentacles. That's quite cute, isn't it? It's almost like that wolf and the dog from the moon card as pups. 2. Balancing on a wall. Gosh, there's lots to look at. Lots of details. So that's different, isn't it? For the 3 of Pentacles, we've got some ants carrying a leaf together. That's different. The 4, we have a squirrel. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, for 4 of Pentacles. Oh, look at this for the 5. Waiting for a handout. 6. Here's the handout. Oh. And 7. Cat. I'll just wait here. Ooh. 8. Again, that Venetian feel for the 9. Nice. The 10. Lush, huh? Okay, page. Oh, look at this fox's little contented face. We've got a turtle, or is it tortoise? I don't know the difference really. And a squirrel. Yeah. Very in tune with nature. Appears to be a stag on the helmet. So I could be wrong. But yeah, we've got Ciro Marchetti is an earring. I've got a feeling that is Ciro. The Queen. and the king. Yeah, I'm thinking that where it says ace, just on the one suit is an oversight, because on all of the others it just says A. So I think that's a little bit of an oversight, but there you go. No big deal. They are not edged. There's no gilt edging on either of these decks. I suppose you could say that the full colour glossy version is a bit garish, but I don't mind that. I think it's fun. I think it's absolutely fun. And I do like the sepia toned one, I really do. I'm a bit upset that the cardstock, even there, look, there and there, it's damaged, definitely damaged. That's not going to last very long. If you do riffle shuffling. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed about that. So, the guidebook. This is the box that the kit comes in. Here. To the side, it's Llewellyn, so if you've had any Llewellyn decks in the past, then you know the format. It says, mystical beings unfold the future before your eyes in a breathtaking world of colour and light. Renowned tarot artist Ciro Marchetti takes the scenes and symbols of the Rider-Waite-Smith to new heights in this transcendent deck filled with dazzling detail and jewel tones that will draw you in and awaken your intuition. Accessible for readers at every level, the full-colour companion book guides you through each card's intricate symbolism. Setting your imagination free, the Mystic Palette Tarot will inspire you and reveal your inner wisdom. So the author of the book, Lee Burston, also was the author of one of Ciro's other decks, which sorry, there's a helicopter going over. Wait for it to pass. Yeah, Lee Burston was the author of one of Ciro's other decks. So if I've done 2 other videos on Ciro's decks, and they're a great author. Really impressed with the content. This is Ciro. There. So here's an introduction, and we've got some examples. Let's put this to one side. We've got some examples from the deck here. This is nice. And some more here. So an introduction. A few pages, 5 pages. 6, okay. So what's this? What's this? Here are some examples. Retelling potential messages with a fresh perspective and visual narrative. My aim is to provide the reader with imagery that is detailed, but in many instances also deliberately vague. It is imagery that is hopefully compelling, but also flexible. It is imagery that allows and indeed invites a reader to contribute to those new perspectives via their own interpretations and readings, not just once, but repeatedly and in different ways in response to whatever particular circumstances are raised by any given reading. Here are some examples. Okay, so the 4 of Cups, it goes into the background. Okay, so he's altered that 4 of Cups by the looks of it. The 3 of Coins. Oh, that's the one with the ants on, yeah. The common and widely assumed symbolism of the scene is that it represents teamwork between the 3 figures. I personally wouldn't have come to that particular interpretation based on the imagery alone, but I was willing to embrace it. Therefore, in my image, I have used a visual metaphor of 3 ants transporting an oversized leaf, a task that I am suggesting they can only achieve via cooperation and teamwork. The 5 of Wands. Look. Okay. Alright, so they're referencing this, which is this in the background here. I don't consider the infighting depicted on most 5 of Wands cards to fully communicate the concept of inner conflicts. So this is I don't know how you say that, F-A-S-C-E-S. This. Fascis? It's an artifact initially used in ancient Rome, a bundle of sticks. Each stick is weak and vulnerable, but when bound together they create an unbreakable bond. Yeah, a bit like rope, isn't it? When you entwine strands, you make it stronger. So that's... Okay, so a background to this symbol. As a compelling juxtaposition and significance. The 5 untied ones depict the dissolution of that bonded strength and suggest the consequences of that breakup. Okay. And then the 10 of wands. Okay, heavy burdens. It's nice, this is stitched. A stitched book, yes. And we go on to some more. So the 6 of wands. Oh, just one more. 6 of wands. What does it say? Placing 6 large metallic objects in a wooden boat, their sharp points presumably embedded into the bottom seem questionable at best. That's funny. Oh, so that's why Ciro's decided to put them in the water as obstacles. And there's a summary. I do like this image. Okay, so we're into the card meanings here. So we've got page and a half. We've got the astrology, the Hebrew letter, the keyword meanings, and then the background to the card. Yeah, for most. Oh, look. We have got some... That's interesting because a lot of Llewellyn decks you'll find a full colour image on one page and then the description on the other. But they haven't done that. That's the first time I've come across one. We've just got elements from the card here, but not the whole card. Which is why it's not that much of a thick book, I would imagine. It's not that many pages. Is it 100 and probably 119? Okay, so we have a full colour image of the Strength card. And the Star. So it looks like those are the only two. And then we've got the World card here. Okay. Okay, part 2, the minor, the suits, so the elemental associations, the court cards, that's the Ace of Wands. And again, we've just got little thumbnails of part of the image, maybe not all of the image. And we have a lot less information for them, but we do have the astrology. Cool. Oh, look at this. We've got all of the court cards together on one page. So these are all the wand courts together. We've got the Ace of Cups. The 10. So it gives a description of what's on the card. What it's about in a reading, and then the astrology. And then we've got all 4 of the court cards together, and then the Ace of Swords. All the sword courts. Not an awful lot of actually information on the courts, is there? There's just a little paragraph on each. Coins are Ace. Oh, that's brilliant, isn't it? You know, we go really slow, don't we? So that's a great metaphor. And then there's the coins court cards. Okay, part 3, we have a spread, which is 7 card spread. Beginnings, action, what if I, others, assumptions, fears, potential rewards, endings, and not necessarily a final outcome. And then the last card is changes, a change that will come about. Oh, and we have an example. Nice. And then another reading. It's the same spread, but another example. Look at this. It reminded me of Adamant. Lovely. That is lovely. So that's the end. So it's a beautiful, beautiful Beautiful book. What's it say on the back? Chart your course through an imaginative new tarot. Ciro Marchetti has delighted tarot readers for 2 decades with his unique perspective and artistic vision. In this book's introduction, Ciro details his departures from Rider-Waite-Smith tradition to create a deck that is more dynamic, modern and approachable for all readers. From there, author Lee Burston dives deep into the layered symbolism of all 78 cards, explaining their rich imagery, divinatory meanings, astrology and Hebrew letters. Lee also shares a specifically designed spread and sample readings for you to follow along. This book provides a solid foundation upon which to build your own relationship with this mystical world and the characters who can reveal your future. Okay, so that's the difference between the 2 decks, the sepia tone version and then the full colour version. I don't know which one you'd prefer. I think they both have their merits. I love the vibrancy of the colour ones. But I do like the matte of the sepia ones, even though the cards are going to get damaged pretty easily. So yeah, what do you think? Which one would you plumb for? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until my next video, bye friends, bye.